Hi, my name is John and this is Business Focus. In today's video, we'll be talking about how one company may have succeeded in achieving offering driverless vehicles, in this case, driverless or robo-taxis that they're calling it. And it's not Tesla that's offering that. It's a Chinese company named Baidu, which is a ride-hailing service in China here. So it would be interesting if they have really actually achieved fully autonomous vehicles, because obviously Tesla has been pushing being able to provide that feature, but they haven't reached that threshold. And what's interesting, the company is able to implement it in major cities in China as well. So according to the article here at techtimes.com, Baidu believes its robo-taxis are challenging China's conventional ride-hailing system here. The company Baidu, as mentioned, is a Chinese technology firm, claims that its robo-taxi service is one of on the cusp of becoming as popular as in major cities as conventional ride-hailing services. Now, I think ride-hailing is the best way for self-driving vehicles to be implemented, to see if it's that safe and the masses are willing to accept. Now, obviously, uh, driverless trains or bullet trains can be adopted, but you still need people to manage it. And obviously, people would still be apprehensive because obviously people are used to people driving them around rather than driverless vehicles. And obviously we've seen that in movies, but obviously the shift from the norm to something new would take a big step for people to fully transition in that aspect. Now, what's interesting here, based on a FactSet transcript of the earnings, the CEO Robin Lee said that during the third quarter, each of Baidu self-driving taxis perform an average of more than 15 trips per day in Beijing, Shanghai, and in Guangzhou. It mentions that the average daily trips for conventional ride-hailing service are very close to said level. Now, for context, most of recent accessible municipal data from New York City indicates that the average number of daily trips taken through ride-hailing apps per active car was around 12. So meaning, they're at that same age as well. So Baidu's robo-taxis, or named Apollo Go, are now limited to specific suburban regions in Beijing, China, and as was mentioned earlier. And the total number of vehicles in each city's fleet, however, is not disclosed. So maybe it's unlimited. So on a dry run basis here, question here is it doing well? And obviously, fees or how much do they charge is a key question here. Similar when Uber and Grab initially offered their services at very low prices to become competitive. Obviously, they're able to reduce the cost since they're not hiring full-time employees, part-timers to drive their vehicles. But obviously, the safety of the passengers is important since there's no drivers here. But I'm assuming initially there will be co-pilots or drivers managing it for the meantime, and then eventually, it would be driver. Oh, I think it's driverless already here. But again, the apprehension of many riders would be, take a lot of convincing for people to step into a vehicle with no person driving behind it. Now, what's interesting, the company said on Tuesday that the number of taken in robotaxi during the third quarter has risen or increased by as much as 300% over year, reaching over close to 500,000. And it was mentioned that investors inquired when Apollo Go will turn a profit. Obviously, profitability is important for any business. Now, it anticipates that the robotaxi will become profitable and less expensive than conventional ride-hailing services, that the resulting impact of Baidu's over profit and loss and cash flow is manageable. Now, it's hard to be unless they provide data here, because obviously saving on cost on human capabilities, but you have to invest so much on the technology and ensuring the safety of the passengers is important, because it only takes one incident, crash, to derail the entire endeavor here. Because obviously if it's not reliable and safe, then no one on earth would even consider using driverless taxis here. Now the company mentions regarding have safety measures to assist autonomous driving, a safety operation network, redundant monitoring, and remote driving are included. So obviously that would be tested if obviously they can ensure the safety at 99% safety rate. I think that would be tremendous. Now, obviously, incidents may be allowed to occur if it's minor injuries or minor incidents, maybe scratches of cars getting bumped by other vehicles of sorts, or minor incidents. I don't know how to phrase it. That would not cause severe harm to the passengers here, because if that were the case, I think that would, that would be disastrous for the company here. Now, it was mentioned that Chongqing and Wuhan had received licenses allowing commercial robotaxis to operate without human safety drivers. Now, permissions still have limits. Apollo Go automobiles could only carry people in Wuhan and Chongqing during the day. Now, obviously, daylight is a big advantage, so that if you're using technology, whether it's infrared, LiDAR, whatever the technology is, obviously during the day it's much easier, not just for the driverless taxi, but for oncoming vehicles to notice that there's another vehicle on the road. But however, in Yongchuan district in Chongqing and the economic and technological development zone in Wuhan would each only have 30 and 13 square kilometer service area. So it's a very limited area, not as vast, but obviously being able to access a bigger area in those regions will be critical, and to see how, if it can handle different situations here. Now, obviously, conditions in China may be different in your parts of the world, so we'll have to wait and see. And question is, how effective is their safety, the AI technology being implemented here. Now, Baidu is claiming that it got approval from Beijing authorities to test 10 driverless taxi in Yishuang area as well. But obviously, this has the backings of the government here, obviously, to push the innovation of technology here. But I think until they can iron out the kinks, similar to how Tesla is dealing with its full self-driving feature, which has even reached fully autonomous capability. We've just talked about it recently, that Mercedes-Benz is already ahead, reaching status stage 3, whereas Tesla is only at stage 2 in the autonomous capability here. So we'll see how Baidu is going, or will other companies be able to catch up, and where is Tesla in this discussion overall here. Anyway, that's it for this week. Come back again on Monday for more our Monday checklist here at Business Focus. As always, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.